changing my voice. Obviously, they edited my pictures and my videos, images, the way I look in all my videos and all my pictures. This is like Power Ranger-ish, but you can tell a lot more how my shape was. It was fast, solid, world record speed. No one could beat me. You know, you can tell here that I'd easily outmaneuver Kareem. So it's not because I'm tall. Kareem's like a foot taller than me. Okay, and I'm like less than a foot taller than Bruce Lee. Okay, so Kareem is like what? 7'6", and I'm 6'4", and Bruce Lee's 5'7". Okay, and I easily outmaneuver Kareem. Now we see over here, see my kick with a certain stability. They confuse the image, this baggy kind of martial art pants and the kind of baggy hooded sweater. They confuse my shape. You can see my kick, on the carpet. This guy kicking in a street fight. You know what I'm saying? He's some kind of martial artist. See his shoes, what have you. It's not as easy to kick straight as you might think on the concrete, especially during combat, right? Now, for those of you who are confused, okay, obviously, the white man, the Jew, the LGBT community, they've been lying, and it's hidden in plain view. They have Johnny Cage, right? C-Age, right? Cage, okay? He has a tattoo on his chest. He's kind of mocking a gangster and martial arts at the same time. Here you see The Pretender, right? It's a TV show, and how he looks nearly identical to Johnny Cage, okay? And you see that contrast with me. Now watch, who else does he look like? He looks like they're one of their main big images of Jesus, right? And a variation of all of them, basically, you see that? Pretender, boom. He's pretending to be Jesus. And we see with the hand signal right here, we have the Jesus Baphomet, and we have the crown of thorns over his heart, at least that's what it looks like, which they're trying to destroy people, right? They don't have the heart that I do. You see a bunch of people looking like they're in a trance-like state. Some are celebrities, and they're dating scum. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Now, for those of you who are confused about why I'm the top martial artist, I made this other picture. I've gone to great lengths over the years to try to explain it. Lots of people have picked up on it. They're just too evil, and bred to be too evil to do the right thing. So here you see they're mocking me, so let me read this real quickly. I am not gay, and by going this far to edit my pics and disgracing their families and nations, they concede I am Christ, right? Why else edit my pictures and go and break into my home and change the images here and so on and so forth and switch out the pictures here unless you can see that I'm Christ. Remember, I have over 22 witnesses, the harassment campaign, and that strongly suggests to the casual viewer that I'm right about changing out the images, and I know that I'm right, and so on and so forth, changing out the pictures. And some of the people are witnesses to them editing my pictures and slowing down my videos. Okay. So you look carefully, right? They added red to the lips, like the old circus blackface stuff. Utter disgrace in their families. 2023, they still didn't grow up. If some people among them have like 5 generations alive at the same time, none of them are smart enough to do the right thing. I mean, it really testifies against their genes and their bloodline. Here we see Olympic Taekwondo. You can tell I'd easily outmaneuver and I'd stick them, Again, I'm flexing in that picture. So, again, I'm only 190 or so in that picture and 6'4". So my physique is more like this, but, it's not like that because that's after they changed my posture and they filmed me for years in 2020. So back then, before I was wearing the glasses, I wasn't as big as it seems here. Okay, my hands are big and that throws this thing off too, But I'm flexing and I just had worked out or whatever, and so, there's that. Okay, so, you can tell. And also, look over here, this guy who is doing an army knife fighting demonstration, you could tell I'd easily outmaneuver him and I'd stick him, and that's that. Stab him in the throat, stab him in the stomach, no time flat. Okay? So we see over here the Tai Chi, it's a different form. So here we have Olympic sparring indoors on a mat. Okay? It doesn't prove who's the best at outdoor sparring, who's the top martial artist. You need to outdoor spar for that, or actual single combat. Here we have army knife fighting. Here we have Tai Chi, and they do it usually in a feminine sort of energy, right? Here we have butterfly knives form, okay? Again, the knife form, you can tell that I outmaneuvered that guy and stick him. And those knives aren't even that sharp at the end, they're for slicing. They wouldn't help him very much against me. Here we see cage fighting, okay? Here we see tricking, the people who do a bunch of flying kicks and stuff, it's even called tricking. It's for tricks, right? For silly rabbit tricks are for kids, right? It's simply tricks. It has no practical combat application. It takes a lot of energy. It looks cool, but it's no practical combat application. And I think this one here is a picture of, doing some kind of showy kicks or something. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that I'm the top at Olympic indoor sparring with whatever rules they do. If I trained it, I probably would be, but I didn't train for that. I am saying I'm the top at actual single combat and outdoor sparring, and that makes me the top martial arts, right? And also mind, body, soul, spirit, character, what have you. I don't do forms in Tai Chi. I don't do forms. Don't do cage fighting. I don't do tricking. To help kind of clarify why I'm right, okay? Pretty straightforward. And if you look carefully at my form, okay, you see the overwhelming burden of proof is on the opposition, especially after there's over 20 witnesses, 22 witnesses to them persecute me, okay? And again, do you think by editing my pictures and trying to make me look like trying to make it so I look like some kind of clown or something with red lips, some kind of vampire clown is good for them and their nations and their families? Do you think this elevates them to the heavens, okay? Or them and their families going straight to hell? You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Some of you might think it's cruel or rude or da da da, but it's pretty straightforward, and it's pretty straightforward. It has to be said. I don't think it's a coincidence that they made it so I resemble this guy to some degree, right? Greek hero cults, and there's some kind of gay-looking guy, and so on and so forth. Okay. Maybe if you have an idea why they do it, I mean, you might say they're just doing it to piss me off. Okay, what practical application does that have? Okay, now again, to understand, the lightning in the Bible, where the Son of Man comes in lightning, this part's very key. Okay, you see the lightning bolts is compared to me. You see similarities there. They'll probably edit the thing to try to make it look cartoonish and Power Rangers, but there's similarities between the sun and the lightning and the martial art spirit of God. And it says the Son of Man comes back in lightning, and it says Satan fell in lightning. Satan failed. He failed to fall in line with the martial art order. And of course, lightning in Nahum 2, I believe it is compared to chariots, right? The chariots darting back and forth, I believe it was, in Nahum 2 or so. Okay? And we see other things, the lightning being compared to God's power, God's martial and warrior during a war. I think it's to the poplar trees and other battles in the Old Testament. And we also see in Revelation where there's peals of lightning and there's thunder, etc. When the last trumpet is blown. Now I'm doing this off the top of my head, so there might be little discrepancies, but that's the idea: is that God's finality, His completion, His message is being expressed through the lightning, which is being compared to the chariots, and just like the whirlwind and the cloud, and it's basically referring to the martial spirit of God, the martial arts spirit of God.